Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review will be I Got the Hook Up 2, starring Master P, aka Percy Miller, Romeo Miller, AJ Johnson, and a load of social media personalities. And this was a great idea. I was saying to myself for years, with social media so popular, and especially off Instagram, you got so many people that do Instagram comedy, humor, whatever you want to call it, doing skits. That why not somebody come along, take these people and put them in a movie? And so, sure enough, the good mind, great mind that Master P has, he was thinking the same thing. He put it in a movie. Now, this is one when I Got the Hook Up, the original came out. That pretty much was like P was in his prime, so that went out to all the theaters. This movie was more independent, and it didn't go out to pretty much no theaters like that in my area. So this really should have been like I don't know why a Netflix, as many movies that I see on Netflix, I don't know why Netflix ain't picked this out. I don't know if P and them reached out to Netflix, cause this would have been this is basically a Netflix type movie, or whatever, one of them type that goes on the stream. But I heard P say something like, cause it's independent, I guess they didn't want get no cuts or whatever. But nevertheless, the storyline picks up 20 years later from the last one, Black and Blue. They got like a little restaurant, and Blue son, which is Fatboy SSE, finds a scheme to get some uh, phones and some drugs, and it's a cartel's person, drugs, and DC Young Fly. He stole the show. He was funny in there. He had his funny moments. DC Young Fly on his way. He gonna land a real good role somewhere. DC Young Fly. Shout out to Funny Mike. Funny Mike had his moments in there too. Fatboy SSC, shout out to him, man. Like, yo, I watched his grind when he just had a few 100,000 on Instagram. To see him get 1 million and to keep shining, yo, shout out to him. I seen him come from nothing to something, and that's big right there. You had B Simone was on there, Michael Blackston, P.O. the little Spanish guy that everybody thinks is a kid but it's a grown man. He was on there. G Baby was on there. Man, it was so many people that was on there from social media. So too much, the plot of the story ain't really about nothing. It was just so much of the social media acts on the movie screen just doing what they do and just basically clowning. It seems like, I don't even know if they had a script. They probably had a script, but it looked like on set they was having a ball. They probably was ad-libbing the whole time. On the while they was filming, you could tell the budget was whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fool with P, so P the type person just watching his career that he'll look after you, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's people show love, and you know what I'm saying. I can see them doing a couple movies like this. Why not, man? We need. I mean, back in the time when P and them was coming up, I Got the Hook Up was the only one that really made the big screen. But Master P had plenty of movies during his time. No Limit had films, at least No Limit had at least about 7 films. Remember the one he had with Silk the Shocker where Hot Boys or whatever? He had that one. He had the one where he was a Don on the game. Oh, man, Master P had a whole bunch of stuff. This is nothing new to Master P. All he doing is recycling, doing the whole thing over again. So for anybody to diss this movie would pretty much be they don't get it. Because if you watch a lot of film, you take a lot of film for what it is or whatever. This ain't no Oscar worthy. This is strictly for the culture. One of them movies that say, hey, man, throw that on just to get some laughs, we blowing or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, that's all it is. So I don't see why anybody would be taking this movie to the offense. It's so many movies out here that's complete garbage or whatever. This is just for the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not as good as Shaft. I did a review on the Shaft movie. That was for the culture. It's not as good as that. And of course, the budget is totally different. So it's not as good as Shaft or whatever. I think I gave Shaft like a 3.5 out of 4 stars. So with this movie, it would have been better if this movie straight to Netflix. This awesome. And then the outtakes at the end was still funny. So out of a 4-star rating system, I'm gonna give this movie 2 out of 4 stars. Decent film. If it's a Netflix film, it's what it is. I didn't see it. It's been so many terrible movies I didn't watch on Netflix or whatever, but this was decent. Just for the laughs. The storyline is really whatever. The storyline was whatever. You know what I'm saying? P, if you want to do horror films or whatever, somebody reach this, holla at me, man. I get a script or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got ideals, but nevertheless, neither here nor there, man. You know what I'm saying? 2 out of 4 stars. Subscribe and like. Share the video. Till the next time.